Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a tournament where, like, each distinct facet of your personality, right? Each sub-personality, it gets its own League of Legends team.
Mhm.
What kind of chaos, what kind of brilliance, what kind of surprising strategies would even emerge from that kind of internal battle?
Yeah, that's a wild concept.
That's precisely the extraordinary event we're diving into today,
Yeah.
the League of Legends Subpersonalities Tournament. And this wasn't just another esports thing, you know?
Not at all. It felt different, more symbolic.
Exactly. It was a profound, symbolic battle of these internal subpersonalities where each one brought a truly unique strategic identity to Summoner's Rift.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, is how this tournament went way beyond just like champion mechanics or individual player skill.
Right.
It gave us this compelling reflection, a really vibrant window
Mhm.
into the complex parts of the self, the drives that push us forward, the instincts that protect us, the impulses that provoke, and even the personas that, well, perform all, articulated through the really intricate and dynamic language of League of Legends.
Yeah.
We saw 10 distinct teams, and each one was meticulously crafted to represent a unique subpersonality. They had their own thematic roster of champions, specific lane assignments,
It was all thought out.
completely.
I
Every
thought.
champion pick, every role, every strategic decision felt like a direct, kind of unfiltered expression of that subpersonality's core philosophy and how they approached winning.
Absolutely. And the road to glory, I mean, for these diverse teams, it was this three-phase gauntlet really designed to test their strategic integrity, right?
Mhm.
It all kicked off with the group stage. So you had two groups, 5 teams in each.
Standard format there.
Pretty standard. Each team played every other team in their group once. So 20 games total in that stage. Intense, high-stakes stuff.
And these weren't just random outcomes, were they? The results were simulated.
Exactly. The match results were meticulously simulated. And it wasn't just based on one thing. It was this rich blend of factors. We're talking champion synergy.
Okay.
How well the team's comp genuinely lined up with their subpersonality's core trait.
The thematic cohesion.
Thematic cohesion, exactly. The clarity and like the potential of their strategic execution and even their imagined in-game performance. So it accounted for brilliance and potential screw-ups.
Interesting. So it's like predicting how that personality would actually play out under pressure.
Kind of, yeah. From that crucible, the top 2 teams from each group, they advanced into the semifinals. And that set up in a truly epic cross-group clashes.
Right, where the different group metas would collide.
Precisely. And then finally, the winners of those semis faced off in the grand final, vying for, well, absolute supremacy. A true championship of the self, if you will.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this deep dive is really crafted for you, the listener. Our mission today is basically to give you the definitive too long, didn't watch version of this whole thing.
Yeah, the Spark Notes.
Exactly, the SparkNotes version. We're going beyond just, listing scores. We're distilling the most important nuggets of knowledge and strategic insight. We really want to focus deeply on the underlying why behind the wins and the losses.
Mm-hmm.
We'll explore what it truly meant for these overarching strategic identities at play, which specific philosophies proved dominant, and why some teams, even with apparent strengths, just stumbled.
Yeah, why they couldn't quite make it work.
Right. Think of it as your shortcut to understanding the nuances of this unique competition, whether you're a seasoned league player yourself or just, intensely curious about strategic clashes when they get this symbolic.
So before we get into the nitty-gritty of the battles, the plays, the moments that made you hold your breath, let's take a moment to really meet our main contenders.
Good idea.
These aren't just teams, they're these unique subpersonalities, and each one brought a profoundly distinct approach to the game. Getting to know their core philosophies is absolutely key to understanding the rich tapestry of this whole tournament.
And what's really fascinating here is how clearly each team's champion composition and their intended playstyle just perfectly mirrored their core identity.
It really did.
This wasn't about just picking strong champions or following the meta,
Yeah.
It was about a deeply ingrained philosophical approach to victory that just seemed to permeate every single decision, every imagined moment on the Rift.
Yeah.
Each subpersonality showed up with a distinct strategic blueprint, like a manifestation of their very nature.
Let's kick things off with Devon, known throughout the tournament as the Stoic Slayer, though some also call them Lethal Edge or even the kind of chilling Death Squad.
Yeah, those names definitely fit.
Right. Their identity is pure distilled ruthlessness, cold efficiency, wielding isolated, devastating power. You imagine these lurking blades emerging from the shadows, applying map-wide pressure,
Assassins.
executing lethal assassinations with terrifying precision. This team absolutely thrives in chaos. They exploit any misstep, any overextension by opponents, and punish them instantly with just overwhelming burst damage.
Okay, so what's the comp look like?
Their champion composition is a perfect embodiment of this. You've got Aatrox's top relentless darkened blade, Kayn in the jungle, specifically blue form, the Shadow Assassin, built for burst and mobility.
Makes sense.
Zed, Midmaster Shadows, elusive solo kills. Aphelios ADC, the Weapon Master, versatile, high damage. And Pike support, the Aquatic Assassin, hooks, executes, gold sharing. It's a pure assassin lineup designed for those surgical strikes.
And that well, it naturally leads to very specific strengths and vulnerabilities, right?
Absolutely.
Devon's strengths are rooted in that pure lethality, the incredible outplay potential for the individual players, and their ability to dominate solo lanes, isolate targets.
Yeah, that 1v1 threat is huge.
Huge. They have sky-high burst damage, fantastic pick potential if anyone steps out of line, and they get those crucial resets in team fights thanks to Pike and Kayn. Their 1-3-1 split push, where Aatrox or Zed pushes a side lane solo to draw pressure that's incredibly potent because of the solo kill threat they pose.
With the weakness.
The weakness. It's glaring, isn't it? A complete and utter lack of any real tank presence, everyone is squishy.
Super squishy.
If they fall behind early, or if opponents manage to deny them vision and tempo, which is key against assassins, they become incredibly fragile. They can fall apart very, very easily.
Needs perfect execution.
Exactly. They demand near-perfect mechanical execution and coordination. A single misstep can be fatal for them. High risk, high reward.
Then we have Val, the embodiment of the relentless duelist, often referred to as precision and ambition, or the Vanguard Blades.
Another strong theme.
Yeah. Their identity is meticulously built on precision, unwavering dominance, and a highly structured, aggressive approach. They bring this formidable array of melee powerhouses to the fight.
So heavy engage.
Heavy engage, relying on point-and-click lockdown and explosive, synchronized synergy to execute their plays. The roster reflects this perfectly. Fiora topped the Grand Duelist. Vi Jungle, hard-engaging brawler. Irelia, mid-blade dancer, resets mobility, Samira ADC high octane, all in sharpshooter, and Leona support the Radiant Dawn, famous for her lockdown CC, and engages.
Wow, that's a lot to go in.
It is. This is a team that wants to get right in your face, lock you down, and just stay there until the job is done.
Yeah, you can see the strengths immediately. Val's power is undeniable in their execution-based gameplay, their layered engage capabilities. Leona goes in, then Vi follows up.
The chain CC.
Exactly. And their incredible clutch potential in those close, chaotic fights. They pose an absolute all-in threat. They excel in dueling situations across multiple lanes, and they absolutely thrive on momentum.
Snowball potential.
Huge snowball potential. If they get an early lead, they become this force that's incredibly difficult to stop. Conversely, their weaknesses. They stem from having very few ways to get out if the initial engage or early game goes wrong.
Right, no easy disengage.
Very little.
Yeah.
They need near-perfect coordination to avoid those staggered deaths where, one person dives in alone and gets blown up before the rest can follow.
Happens all the time.
And despite their frontline champs like Vi and Leona, they can actually be surprisingly squishy if they don't manage to snowball those leads and pick up some defensive items along the way.
Next up, we have Mac, famously known as the All-Rounder or the Scrappy Brawlers, sometimes the Skirmishers' Wildcards.
I like scrappy brawlers. Fits the vibe.
It really does. Their identity absolutely screams aggressive, highly adaptable, and mechanically sharp play. This team focuses on maintaining a breakneck tempo. They excel in burst skirmishes, consistently win clutch 2v2s, and they are just fearless roamers, always looking for an edge somewhere on the map.
So who's on the team?
Their lineup is designed for this high-octane style. Set top the boss, formidable brawler. Lee Sin Jungle, the agile blind monk, famous for aggressive ganks, playmaking.
Classic pick for that style.
Totally. Echo Midboy, who shattered time, elusive assassin, strong burst. Lucian ADC, the purifier, highly mobile marksman. And Rakan support, the charmer, flamboyant initiator, incredible mobility, a very active, very high-octane group, always looking for that fight.
Mac's composition feels tailor-made for skirmishing in those rapid tempo plays, doesn't it?
It really does.
They're incredibly slippery, mobile, making them exceptionally hard to lock down.
Yeah.
And they boast multiple carry threats from different angles, which makes them really unpredictable.
Forces tough decisions.
Exactly.
Mm.
Opponents have to constantly guess who the primary threat is,
Yeah.
who to focus. Their weaknesses, though, well, they don't have a true dedicated tank. Set can be tanky, but he's not a cure tank.
Mhm.
So their front line can be less durable in those long, sustained fights.
Right.
They have a high reliance on perfect mechanical execution, especially, with Lee Sin and Rakan making those big plays. And they are vulnerable to being poked out in longer, drawn-out engagements if they can't force an immediate brawl on their terms. They really live and die by their ability to constantly apply pressure and make plays.
Moving on to Tira, the arcane strategist, also known as the Coven of Control.
Ooh, sounds methodical.
Very. Their identity is rooted in calm, methodical planning, even a darkly poetic approach to warfare, you could say. This team is all about meticulous zone control, unwavering patience, and scaling compositions that come online powerfully in the late game. They want to dominate through sheer presence and control.
So, less burst, more area denial.
Exactly. Their lineup: Swain top the Noxian Grand General, controlling big areas with demonic power. Fiddlesticks jungle the Ancient Fear, lurking in fog of war for terrifying engages.
Shivers. Okay.
Karma, mid the Enlightened One, providing shields. Poke, Varus ADC Arrow of Retribution, long-range poke, big team fight ultimate. And Morgana support Fallen Angel, spell shield, powerful root. It's all about controlling space and denying engages.
Tira's strengths are pretty clear then. Their ability to deny vision, control wide areas with those powerful AoE abilities, they must be incredibly difficult to engage.
Very tough.
All those shields, crowd control, anti-engage tools like Morgana's Black Shield, and they have excellent scaling. They just get stronger and more oppressive as the game goes on.
But the downside?
The downside is that slower tempo. They have very little burst damage compared to, say, Devon or Mac. That makes it hard to secure quick kills or respond effectively to sudden aggression. And it can be susceptible to early flanks if they aren't incredibly diligent about vision and positioning.
Need to play it safe early.
Definitely. They require a patient, deliberate game plan to really shine and reach that powerful late-game state.
Then there's Bannock, the steady commander. Or the commander's cohort, commander's vanguard. Lots of commander vibes.
Very consistent branding there.
Right. Their identity is fundamentally protective, highly coordinated, and intensely objective-focused. They aim for safe, stable play, meticulously preparing for those decisive team fights.
Sounds like a classic front-to-back teamfight comp.
Pretty much. They run Shen top Eye of Twilight, the Global Guardian. Jarvan the Fourth Jungle Exemplar of Demacia, powerful initiator. Azir, Mid-Emperor of the Sands, scaling mage, great zone control. Shurima, Ezreal ADC, Prodigal Explorer, safe poke-oriented marksman. And Taric support Shield of Valoran, providing invulnerability, healing. Very solid, very reliable.
Bannock's strengths really seem to lie in their excellent layered engage and disengage. Shen ult, J4 engage, Taric ult. That sounds incredibly formidable in a 5v5.
It does.
They're durable, shield heavy, able to soak up a lot of punishment. And Shen provides that crucial global pressure with Stand United, allowing him to join fights anywhere.
Weaknesses, though, can't be perfect.
No, their primary weaknesses include a distinct lack of early game pressure. Like Tira, they need setup time for their powerful teamfight combos. And they can potentially be out-rotated by faster, more mobile compositions that can exploit their slower pace. They really need to get to the mid and late game largely unscathed to activate their full power.
Now let's talk about Kenny, the Guardian, or the Guardian's Fortress. Yeah. The name says it all, really.
Yeah, you can already picture it. Walls. Lots of walls.
Totally. This team's identity is pure durability, unyielding defense, and absolute dependability. They are a pure tank core defensive composition, meticulously built to absorb damage, protect their key carry, and just withstand any assault.
So who are the bricks in this wall?
The champions are Garen top Might of Demacia, tanky Juggernaut, Rammus jungle the Armadillo, reflecting damage, chasing attackers, okay?
Yeah.
Galio mid-colossal sentinel, magic resist, anti-magic burst, Caitlyn ADC sheriff of Piltover, long-range marksman, and Braum support, heart of the Freljord, shield-wielding protector. A true unbreakable wall designed to hold the line.
Kitty's team is extremely durable then, an absolutely formidable front line that must be incredibly difficult to pierce.
Seems like it.
They excel at disengage and anti-dive, making them an absolute nightmare for assassin-heavy teams or comps that rely on flanking. And their teamfight win condition is incredibly easy to execute. Protect Caitlyn. Full stop. But they suffer from very low mobility. They struggle immensely into poke and disruption-heavy compositions that can chip them down from a distance. And they are very reliant on Caitlyn for their primary damage output. If she falls,
Game over.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Their offensive power virtually vanishes, leaving them to just absorb damage without much counter threat. Very one-dimensional in that sense.
Next, we have Tommy, the tinkering wild card. Known as the Tinkerer's Troop or Tinkerer's Tools.
Okay, this sounds different, experimental.
Very experimental, clever, and intrinsically time-oriented. Always looking for unique angles. They bring unorthodox utility, map-wide pressure, and long-range zoning to the table, preferring to dictate the game on their own kind of weird terms.
All right, I'm intrigued. What's the lineup?
Their unique roster is Heimerdinger, top-revered inventor, setting up turrets for zone control.
Okay, classic Tommy.
Bard Jungle. An unusual pick, but it fits. Creating unique pathways with magical journey, stunning with cosmic binding, enabling global pressure.
Bard Jungle. Oh, okay.
Twisted Fate mid-card master, Global Destiny ultimate for ganks, Vision, Jin ADC virtuoso killer, long-range finishing power. And Zillion support the Chrono Keeper, manipulating time, speeding allies, even granting a second life with Chrono Shift.
That is definitely a curveball, a truly inventive approach.
Right.
Tommy's strengths have to be in that incredible global playmaking potential. Bard, TF, fantastic stalling tools with Heimerdinger's turrets and Zillion's time bombs. And that invaluable double life from Zillion's ult, they can truly outthink and outtime enemies, forcing them into awkward spots.
But the weaknesses must be pretty glaring too.
Oh yeah, minimal frontline. That makes them incredibly vulnerable to dive compositions that can just get past their initial zoning, and they struggle significantly in chaotic close-quarters fights. They much prefer to dictate the pace from a distance with their unique utility, demands real precision in those unorthodox plays. Very high skill ceiling, very low floor maybe.
Moving to Addy, the joyful trickster, or whimsy meets chaos.
Fun. Sounds energetic.
Very. Their identity is energetic, inherently chaotic, and profoundly creative. Focusing on high mobility, explosive burst, and opportunistic pick potential, their composition features, Riven Top the Exile, high skill, high mobility duelist,
Makes it.
Nico Jungle, Curious Chameleon, shape-shifting big AoE ultimate, Zoe, mid-aspect of Twilight, long-range poke burst, Jinx ADC loose cannon, chaotic scaling marksman, and Lulu support, Fey sorceress, utility-enhancing allies. It's designed for maximum disruption.
Addy boasts incredibly high pick potential then. Zoe's Sleep Bubble, Nico Surprise engages, explosive flanks from Riven, and that strong scaling with Jinx get excited. Passive in team fights, they can be incredibly disruptive with zone control and CC.
But the flip side?
Very squishy, across the board. They require a chaotic, fast-paced tempo to truly thrive, and they perform poorly into compositions with strong poke or reliable disengage that can just kite them out. They really need their wild, unpredictable plays to connect, to gain momentum. Very feast or famine.
Then there's Liz, the dominant diva, or Queen's Gambit.
Okay, confidence radiating from that name.
Totally. Her identity is flashy, overtly oppressive, and all about high-risk, high-reward plays. Emphasizing assassin pressure, decisive burst fights, and even a degree of mental warfare through constant threats. Her team, Kiana, top empress of the elements, high-mobility assassin, Evelyn, jungle demon of allure, permanent camouflage burst, LeBlanc, mid-deceptive master, unparalleled burst, mobility, misfortune, ADC bounty hunter, devastating bullet time ultimate, and Renata Glass, support, Cambarinus, powerful disengage, engage, and that unique revive.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
Liz's team has incredibly high kill pressure across all lanes, like from level 1. Quick resets with Evelyn's passive explosive wombo combo potential, especially with MF, ult plus Renata setup. They're explicitly built to snowball hard and end games fast.
The weakness, fragile.
Extremely fragile if they fall behind. Heavily reliant on superior vision control to enable Evelyn's stealth. And they tend to fall apart in drawn-out teamfights. They much prefer quick, decisive engagements where they can boast targets down before any retaliation. The ultimate gamble, but if it pays off, it's devastating.
And finally, Kelly, the empathic Earth Mother, or Nature's Grace.
A calming counterpoint to Liz, perhaps.
Teams like it. Her identity is deeply nature-themed, inherently protective, and emotionally grounded. This translates in-game to strong sustain, versatile utility, and precise zone control, all aimed at fostering a safe environment for her team, her champions. Eloy, top Kraken priestess, powerful zone controller.
Pentacles.
Tentacles everywhere. Ivern jungle, friend of the forest, supportive enchanter jungler. Talia, mid-stone weaver, long-range rock surges, terrain manipulation. Ash ADC, frost archer, vision, global engage. And Nami's support Tidecaller, healing, engage, disengage, very focused on controlling the environment.
Kelly's strengths are definitely in that exceptional sustain, especially with Nami's healing combined with Eli and Talia's long-range zoning. She offers strong 5v5 potential if given time to set up her CC and follow up. Good objective control with Ashe's vision, good at kiting back.
Weakness.
Relatively weak into hard engage comps that can close the distance quickly. Struggles to burst tanks down fast because the damage is more utility-focused, and particularly risky if behind in vision or tempo. Her team requires careful, methodical play to reach their powerful late-game potential. Needs space and time.
So the group stage, this was where these subpersonalities truly tested their mettle for the first time, right? And it gave us some absolutely fascinating insights into their strategic identities.
Yeah, this wasn't just theory anymore. This was seeing how those philosophies actually translated into performance on the field, revealing both their strengths and sometimes surprising weaknesses under pressure.
It really raised that question. How did these distinct philosophies actually hold up in the initial skirmishes?
Yeah.
And which teams, through their actions, showed early signs of championship potential?
Exactly. The group stage was that crucial proving ground. It forced them to adapt or falter. It was this chaotic symphony of styles, all trying to assert dominance early on.
Let's start by looking at a fascinating theme that emerged pretty early: the triumph of coordinated aggression. We saw some incredible displays of just precise, proactive power breaking through even really formidable defenses.
Right, the teams that just went for it.
Exactly. Take match A10, Val versus Kelly, a direct battle of precision versus protection. Val's team, the relentless duelists, focused on pure pressure, calculated aggression, against Kelly's more protective, reactive, sustain-heavy style, nature's grace.
You might expect Kelly to weather the storm, right? With Eli, Ivern, Nami.
You might. But Val's pure-dyed potential, Fiora, Vi, Irelia, Samira, Leona, it absolutely overwhelmed Kelly's sustain and zoning.
Yeah, the key moment there was Samira's early double kill in bot lane, perfectly set up by Leona's flawless Zenith blade into Solar Flare. That wasn't just luck, it was Val's relentless duelist philosophy forcing the issue, seizing momentum right away.
Set the tone completely.
It did. And later, Samira, showcasing that precision and ambition, secured a pivotal triple kill around 23 minutes in a teamfight. Combine that with a crucial Fiora flank pressuring the backline, and Val secured Baron. Samira, 1136 KDA, undeniable MVP.
Big numbers.
Huge. Val won 23-17 kills, emphatically showing how more firepower and faster decisive actions, driven by that aggressive intent, can utterly overcome a coordinated and composed defensive style, especially if that defense is too slow to react.
And we saw a similar narrative, didn't we, in match B1, Devon versus Bannock. Lethality versus layered defense. Devon's burst pick comp, the stoic slayer with extreme flanking power, took on Bannock's defensive engage and sustain from the steady commander. Devon's elite side lane threat, Aatrox, Kayn, Zed, Aphelios, Pyke, they just exploited Bannock's inherently slower early game. Shen, J4, Azir, Ezreal, Taric. They needed time.
Yeah, and the critical turning point was Zed getting 2 solo kills on Azir mid lane. That wasn't just a skill gap, it was Devon's lethal edge philosophy, isolate and eliminate, directly capitalizing on Bannock's more passive early lane.
Snowballed from there.
It really did. That established an early dominance Devon never let go of. Kayn's consistent pressure, smart roams, denying Bannock jungle resources and vision, it cemented the lead. Zed, 726 KDA, was the MVP, truly embodying Devon's identity. Cold, calculated, deadly.
And the result?
Devon won 22-14 kills. It was described as a clear blueprint of Devon's identity. Cold, calculated, and deadly. They never let Bannock breathe, showing how aggressive, precise pressure can systematically break down even disciplined defensive setups before they can fully come online.
Moving on, another major theme that really jumped out was the crushing of fortresses. Teams that relied purely on soaking damage and protecting one carry found their strategies really tested against adaptable aggression.
The Kenny strategy, basically.
Pretty much. Consider match B2, Mac versus Kenny, brawling versus Fortress. Mac's fast-paced, mechanically sharp, scrappy brawlers faced Kenny's frontline heavy, protect the carry, Guardian's Fortress.
So Set, Lee Sin, Echo, Lucian, Rakan.
Against Garen, Rammus, Galio, Caitlyn, Braum. Mac's high tempo just consistently chipped away at Kenny's incredibly durable frontline. It was like waves crashing against this massive rock.
And the rock eventually cracked.
It did. The momentum shifted dramatically early on. Rakan had this perfect grand entrance engage bot lane, led to first blood, double kill for Lucian. That showcased Mac's scrappy brawler mentality. find small windows, create chaos, snowball.
Classic wreck and play.
Totally. Later, Ratton's decisive four-man, the showstopper charm at Elder Dragon sealed the game, turned what could have been a defensive hold into an inescapable trap. Rakan, 1219 KDA, was the MVP, just pure setup.
19 assists.
Yeah. Mac's 25-18 kill victory demonstrated how burst, boldness, and bravado can eventually crack even the strongest defensive wall. Constant, intelligent pressure finds an opening no matter how thick the armor.
And then we saw Devin take on Kenny, too, right?
Yeah.
In match B4. Another war of attrition.
Exactly. Devin's dive comp, stoic assassins, against Kenny's pure tank core Guardian's fortress. Devin's assassins Zed, Kayn, Pyke relentlessly pressured Kenny's fortress, like a swarm trying to find a weak point.
And did they find one?
The defining element was Zed's consistent solo kills and flanks, using Deathmark to bypass the front line, get right onto Caitlyn or Galio. Combine that with Kayn's backline threats as Shadow Assassin, they eventually just broke Kenny's perfect turtling.
Zed again?
Zed again, MVP with 834 KDA. Crucial. Embodied that relentless pursuit of vulnerable targets. Devin's 21-16 kill win proved that pressure breaks even the thickest armor, eventually. It highlighted that even the most resilient defenses crumble under sustained, precise offensive pressure that denies any chance to breathe or recover.
Slowly eroding their resolve and resources.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Our third theme that really defined the group stage was the limits of unorthodox or reactive strategies. Cleverness was definitely present, but consistency, disciplined execution, that seemed to be king.
The Tommy effect.
Pretty much. Take match B3. Tommy versus Bannock. Tinkering Wildcard versus Steady Commander. Macro versus Structure. Tommy's unorthodox utility Heimer, Bard Jungle, TF, Jinin, Zillion, they started strong. Global pressure, early objectives, trying to outthink Bannock.
Using that unique toolkit.
Yeah. But Bannock's strategic clarity and disciplined execution just shone through. Jarvan V consistently initiated, disrupted Tommy's tempo with his EQ combo, the Cataclysm ultimate trapping key targets.
And Tarek saving people.
Tarek's Cosmic Radiance saved multiple carries from Tommy's burst attempts. Jarvan IV MVP, 4-1-11 KDA. Bannock won 17-11 kills. It was methodical, vision-heavy. Bannock played the long game, executed flawlessly, never wavered from their objective focus, showed that even clever strategies need a solid foundation to withstand coordinated conventional aggression.
Right, the gimmick can only take you so far if the fundamentals aren't there or can be countered.
Then we saw Mac take on Tommy in match B5. Wild tempo versus clockwork wires. Mac's skirmish-heavy, high-aggression style against Tommy's long-range, turret-based control and time manipulation. High-octane match really showcased Mac's superior mechanics and tempo control.
Who stood out there?
Lee Sin's flawless ganks and reactive tempo early were crucial for snowballing Mac's lanes, but it was Echo, 818 KDA, who was the MVP. His ability to just dance through fights with phase dive, parallel conversions, deny Tommy's long-range pressure with smart re-engages, well-timed chrono break ults. He completely dismantled Tommy's setup.
Echo just nullified the plan.
Pretty much. Mac won 23-16 kills. Famous quote from that one. Tommy drew the blueprint, but Mac set it on fire. Starkly underscored how raw instinct, superior mechanics, relentless aggression can overcome even meticulously laid intellectual plans.
Instinct beat intellect that time.
And our final group stage highlight, match B10. Devon versus Tommy, surgical blades versus clockwork wires again. Devon's dive comp versus Tommy's long-range zoning, macro control. Tommy again tried to outthink Devon Bar TF globals. Zillion saves. Could intellect outmaneuver raw, lethal force this time?
What happened?
The decisive factor was Pyke. Game-changing death from below hooks, resets, creating chaos from the fog, consistently turning fights. Zed's constant backline threat with Deathmark also played a major role, forcing Tommy's damage dealers to constantly reposition, exposing them.
Pyke making plays.
Pyke MVP, 4-3-12 KDA. Relentless initiation, snowballing picks. Devon won 23-17 kills. The summary was apt. Tommy's brilliance nearly suffocated momentum, but Devon's team slashed through with lethal intent. Showed that even brilliant, unconventional strategies needing perfect execution can be dismantled by precise, overwhelming aggression that exploits any momentary lapse.
Lethality finds a way, huh?
It seemed to in the groups. So after that brutal group stage, only the strongest four remained. Semifinals. These matchups promised epic clashes of strategic identities, a deeper dive into their core philosophies, and they absolutely did not disappoint.
Yeah, the stakes were higher now, strategies more refined, execution sharpened. This is where you really separate the adaptable from the rigid, right? Where a single misstep ends your tournament run.
Mm-hmm.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, These matches felt less about individual highlight plays, though there were plenty, and more about which team's core philosophy could truly dominate under that immense pressure. A test of enduring strategic identity against high-stakes adaptation.
Our first semifinal, Tira, the arcane strategist, against Devon, the lethal edge. Fascinating clash. Tira's layered control, vision denial, slow burn scaling, versus Devon's all-in dive, rapid map picks.
Polar opposites, almost.
Right. Tira was expected to shine with multiple CC, strong vision denial from Fiddlesticks, scaling poke from Swain and Varus. Devon, meanwhile, relied on powerful assassination, high mobility, breakneck tempo from Zed and Kane.
How did it play out? The control versus the chaos.
The early game was absolutely critical. Kane, for Devon, just dictated map tempo, relentless counter-jungling, stealing camps, keeping Tira's Fiddlesticks behind, delaying those crucial Crowstorm ultimates.
Starving the fiddle. Brutal.
Brutal. Kane, 517 KDA, MVP for that early jungle control. Essentially stifled Tira's main initiator. Mid-game, Devon flipped the script completely. Secured a Baron after Zed soloed Karma in a side lane with Deathmark. Then Pike and Kane executed this devastating collapse on Tira's remaining members.
Wow. Capitalized instantly.
Instantly. Late game, Tira actually managed to set up a seemingly perfect four-man Fiddlesticks Crowstorm Fear in a decisive fight. Looked like their moment.
The dream engage.
The dream engage. But Kane, now Shadow Assassin, burst Varus instantly before he could even react. Pike executed Fiddlesticks with death from below. Aphelios, positioned safely, just shredded the remaining front line untouched.
So Devon just dismantled the perfect setup.
Completely dismantled it. Devon won 1911 kills. A shocking upset where ruthless execution overwhelmed Tira's meticulous control. It was a perfect storm of map pressure, precise picks, quick fingers that pierced Tira's fortress. Showed that even disciplined control can be broken by relentless, hyper-precise aggression and superior individual playmaking, especially when it capitalizes early.
Control wasn't enough. Okay, what about the other semi?
The second semifinal, Mac, the scrappy brawlers against Val, the honored duelist. This was just a stunning mechanical slugfest, pure high-skill execution.
Max skirmishing versus Val's lockdown.
Exactly. Mac's fast tempo, burst skirmishes set, Lee Sin, Echo, Lucian versus Val's all-in, point-and-click lockdown, Fiora, Vi, Aurelia, Samira. Mac's strengths, slippery, mobile, explosive initiations, Val's strength. Every champ can 1v1, powerful lockdown, great scaling.
Who took control early?
Early game, Val's Vi set a relentless tempo, surgical ganks using Vault Breaker, Assault and Battery, secured crucial double kills for Samira, pushed lanes relentlessly. Vi got MVP for that proactive jungling.
Vi putting the pressure on.
Big time. Mid-game, Val's team coordination truly shone. Perfect mid-lane dive led directly to a crucial Baron capture. Aurelia, with her Blade Surge resets, stunning Vanguard's Edge ult, utterly dominant in duels and teamfight resets. She was MVP, 618 KDA.
Aurelia popping off.
Popping off. Late game, Mac tried valiantly. Tried to pick off Fiora, rush Baron for a comeback, but Val's quick collapse denied it. Vi's ult onto Echo, Samira's fully charged Inferno trigger, sealed the base collapse, sealed the game.
Clean finish.
Very clean. Val won 2013 kills, justly called a stunning mechanical slugfest where elite coordination and lockdown won the day. Val played like a military drill team, proved that synchronized, disciplined aggression, even against individual flash and flare, can be the deciding factor in high-stakes matches.
Coordination trumped chaos that time.
And so it all came down to this, the grand final. Devon, the cold, calculating assassins of the Death Squad, the stoic slayer against Val, the relentless, precise duelists of the Vanguard Blades.
Assassins versus duelists, wow.
Two teams built on aggression, yes, but with fundamentally different approaches to dominance. This was the clash everyone wanted, the ultimate test of strategic identity.
Yeah, the ultimate test of two high-pressure, high-execution styles at their absolute peak. The core question was clear, wasn't it? Could Val force those clean, disciplined front-to-back fights using their layered engage and frontline?
Right, play their structured game.
Before Devon's lurking shadows could isolate and collapse on their key carries, bypassing Val's structure entirely. A true battle of philosophies, a chess match where every move felt lethal.
Let's quickly revisit their compositions one last time, knowing how much they shaped this. Val's Vanguard Blades, Fiora top, Fioria mid, Samira ADC, Leona support. Theme, melee powerhouses, point-and-click lockdown, explosive synergy, overwhelm.
All in.
Devon's Death Squad. Aatrox top, Kane glue jungle, Zed mid, Aphelios ADC, Pike support theme. Looking blades, mach-wide pressure, lethal assassins thriving in chaos, strike from the unexpected angle.
Okay, set the stage. Early game, how did the battle or tempo go?
It was tense, a feeling-out process, but with deadly consequences. Top lane, Fiora immediately pressured Aatrox, looking for trades, embodying that duelist nature. But Kane's timely gank secured first blood for Devon on Fiora, disrupting Val's early plans.
Good response from Devon's jungle.
Yeah. Mid, Irelia actually secured an early solo kill on Zed, showcasing her prowess. But Zed, proving his stoic Slayer resilience, denied her further roams with constant pressure, forced her to stay mid, effectively containing her. Zed MVP of the early game for that lane control.
Containing Aurelia is huge.
Huge. Jungle, Vi fell behind. Kane cleared faster, became this haunting presence everywhere, pressuring Val's lanes. Bot lane, Pyke sacrificed some lane presence to roam constantly, Devon's lethal edge, while Leona landed big engages. Aphelios survived some hairy moments on low HP thanks to Pyke's clutch saves, while Samira got a kill but fell behind in CS.
So Devon edging out early control despite Val's individual plays.
Exactly. Devon gained early overall map control through picks, superior jungle pressure, setting up their preferred chaotic style.
Okay, mid-game,
Yeah.
all about Baron.
Right. Undeniably the key objective. Intense strategic posturing. Around 16 minutes, Val tried to force a Baron fight, set up vision meticulously. Leona landed a crucial solar flare on Aphelios. Looked like the perfect lockdown.
Oh, the pick they needed.
Looks like it. But Pyke, incredible precision, signature lethal edge playmaking, used death from below to pull Aphelios out just in time, negated the engage, resulted in an even exchange. Incredible tension, fine margins.
Ike saving the day.
Then, around 18.45, Zed the Stoic Slayer found a critical pick on Samira in the bot river with a perfect death mark. Eliminated Val's primary damage source. That snowballed directly into Devon, securing the first Baron.
That's the opening Devon needed.
Absolutely. With Baron, Devon pushed aggressively. Around 21.30, Pyke landed a game-changing hook onto Vi. Kane burst her down. Aatrox dove under the mid-inhibitor turret, drawing focus. This coordinated siege broke two inhibitors mid and top. Massive, seemingly insurmountable advantage for Devon.
Pyke again. Mid-game MVP.
Undeniable MVP of the mid-game. Game-changing hooks and resets, constantly turning fights, creating opportunities, enabled Devon's relentless aggression.
So late game. Val 2 inhibitors down, looked dire. Did they fight back?
They showed incredible resilience, embodying that relentless duelist spirit. They stabilized. Fiora began a relentless split push top, forcing Devon's attention, creating space for Val to regroup mid.
Buying time. Smart.
At 29.20, Devon initiated their second Baron, looking to close it out. But Val's, Vi, and Leona engaged hard into the pit. Assault and battery, solar flare. Created chaos. Samira entered the fight, Inferno trigger fully charged.
Don't tell me.
Secured a pivotal triple kill. Allowed Val to dramatically steal the Baron.
No way. The comeback.
It wasn't just a steal, it was desperate clutch, injected life back into Val's side. Set up the ultimate final showdown at the Elder Dragon, around 32 minutes.
Elder fight. Everything on the line.
Both teams posturing, tension palpable. Pyke attempted a crucial flank. Fiora spotted him, stunned him with riposte. V ulted Aphelios, but he flashed back. Survived on like 100 HP clutch positioning. Earlier peel paid off.
Heart stopping.
Then, the pivotal sequence for Devon, their death squad executed flawlessly. Zed deleted Samira with death mark. Kane, Dove Irelia, denied her resets. Aatrox pulled 3 with World Ender, isolating them. Devon collapsed beautifully, synchronized killing machine.
The assassin strike.
Aphelios, now at a 4-item spike, calmly controlled the chaos, cleaned up the remaining members of Val with precise auto-attacks. MVP of the final fight for his clutch positioning, ability to finish after the chaos.
Aphelios cleanup crew.
The game ended 34.45. Devon marched down mid. Final score, 21-18 kills. It was a cinematic brawl between dominance and destruction. Fitting end. Val was the sharpened blade, honed and tested. But Devon, the blade in the dark, unseeable, unpredictable, devastating. Assassins outlasted the duelists. Devon, champions.
Wow, what a final.
So, what does this all mean for us? Beyond the incredible plays, the strategic masterclasses, what profound lessons can we actually learn from this whole subpersonality showdown?
Yeah, it wasn't just about pixels or win-loss ratios, was it? It felt like this fascinating symbolic exploration of how different strategic philosophies unfold under immense pressure, mirroring our own internal dynamics sometimes. And it raises that important question, deeper than just game mechanics. What overarching strategic themes consistently emerged? what truly distinguished the champions in this uniquely conceptual meta-tournament. We saw consistent patterns, didn't we?
We definitely did. One of the clearest, most undeniable takeaways was the sheer, overwhelming power of proactive aggression in picks.
Right. Devon's whole run.
Devon's success was a profound testament to this. Relentless pressure, side lane dominance, that uncanny ability to isolate and burst key targets. It consistently won them games against Bannock, Kenny, Tommy, Tira, and finally Val.
That cold, calculated, and deadly approach.
It proved incredibly difficult to counter. It mirrors a mind that ruthlessly prioritizes efficiency, right? Striking where the system is weakest. Val, too, had remarkable success with similar themes. Precision, ambition, strong dueling, dive potential. Their military drill team coordination excelled in synchronized aggression against Addie, Liz, Mac.
They didn't wait for opportunities. They actively, often violently created them, forced opponents to react.
Exactly, which ties directly into tempo as a win condition. This went beyond just taking objectives. Teams like Mac and Devon consistently controlling jungle tempo, securing early Herald, first Dragon. They snowballed games quickly, decisively. Lee Sin for Mac, Kane for Devon, standout MVPs for this.
Dictating the pace.
They weren't just getting kills, they were dictating the pace, denying resources, creating constant discomfort that stopped those stable, scaling comps from ever reaching full power. Early pressure, applied intelligently, controls the game's flow, exerts psychological pressure.
And on the flip side, we saw the limits of defensive or reactive play.
Definitely. Teams like Kenny, the Guardian's Fortress, Kelly, Nature's Grace, incredible resilience, absorbed immense pressure, stalled games out.
Right.
But they often lacked the burst or the proactive initiative to truly turn the tide once they fell behind, or were just relentlessly besieged. Even Tira's strong, sustain, and disengage, formidable as they were, eventually got overwhelmed by Devon's relentless mobile burst.
Defense can only hold for so long if you can't create your own offense or respond. Speaks to that mental toll of constant defense eventually. Cracks show.
And that brings us to the crucial point of the importance of adaptation within execution.
Right. It wasn't just about having a plan.
No. While each subpersonality had a clear core play style, the champions, Devon, showed an incredible ability to adapt and execute flawlessly, even against vastly different challenges. They didn't rigidly stick to one strategy. They modified their approach within their aggressive framework, adjusting dives, split pushes based on the opponent.
The mental Warson mentioned for Liz's team, that was palpable everywhere, right? Feints, bluffs.
Yeah.
But superior, consistent execution often trumped a purely conceptual advantage.
Exactly. Not enough to have a good plan. You have to enact it perfectly, under pressure, adjust on the fly. That reflects incredible mental agility focus.
And finally, we absolutely have to talk about the role of key MVPs, those champions who really transcended their role and embodied their subpersonality's identity.
Oh, yeah.
Specific champion performances consistently turned fights or dictated tempo. Fiddlesticks for Tira, those game-changing fears. Rakan for Mac, defining the scrappy brawlers with daring engages.
Zed and Kane for Devon.
Zed and Kane for Devon. Precise assassinations, the very embodiment of the Stoic Slayer. Samira and Veer for Val, relentlessly pursuing, locking down targets like relentless duelists. These weren't just skilled players. Their performances personified their subpersonality's strategic intent, living avatars of their team's philosophy. This whole tournament, really, in its essence, it isn't just about which champions are strong. It felt like a symbolic battle for balance, control, freedom, truth. It powerfully reflects that complex interplay of our own internal forces, the different facets of who we are.
Yeah.
Makes you think, how do your own internal subpersonalities clash or collaborate when you face a complex challenge? Which part of you instinctively leads the charge? Aggression, ambition, which holds the line, defense, safety.
What an incredible journey we've taken. From those diverse, intense group stages where every subpersonality laid bare their strategic soul to that climactic final dominance versus destruction. This deep dive has been a masterclass, hasn't it? Not just in game strategy, but in understanding how different strategic philosophies, like aspects of our own identities, clash and collaborate under pressure.
Indeed. It's a powerful reminder that effective strategy isn't just about what you do, it's intrinsically linked to who you are. The most successful teams, like effective individuals, were those whose core identity and strategic execution were perfectly aligned, allowed them to overcome diverse challenges, adapt their strengths with unwavering conviction.
So, as you, our listener, reflect on these tactical triumphs and strategic downfalls, maybe consider this. In your own daily challenges, work, personal life, even games, are you primarily playing the methodical strategist, patiently controlling the board, scaling for the late game?
Or are you the relentless duelist, always seeking that decisive engagement, committing fully, maybe the stoic assassin lurking, waiting for the perfect moment, the scrappy brawler, thriving in chaos?
And maybe the most interesting question. In what scenarios might you need to consciously embody a different subpersonality, or perhaps even intelligently combine their strengths, to truly win the day and achieve whatever goal you're aiming for? Food for thought.